And so kudos to Fridays on that. To surviving. And they're still closing down here and there, but
oh yeah, I mean they have their ups, but they're still. I mean, they're still almost in every city I know of.
Yeah, there's still
at least one.
They ain't on the list.
Yeah, they're not on the list.
Hi, welcome to the Modern Waiter Podcast. I'm Marlon Joseph, the Modern Waiter, where we discuss all things restaurant business, learn something, laugh at something. This episode, we will take a walk down memory lane and take a look at restaurants that have seemed to have died off or are in life support. But first, the intro.
Tired of working deadbeat jobs for lame pay. I'm tired of getting fired and hired the same day. If you know the rules of the game, then you'll stay. And if you don't, then you'll be a pawn.
As usual, I'm joined by my good friend Danny Davila.
What's up, people?
When I say dead restaurants, what's the first thing you think of?
Orlando.
You know what? You're not kidding. Whenever I go to Orlando, I say, man, there's a ChiChis here?
Yo, I see spots in Orlando that I haven't seen in years.
Ever.
Like, and I've lived a few places.
Yes. They seem to be where restaurants still thrive.
Yeah.
I don't know about thrive, but they still survive.
They survive.
And you have no idea. They have so many restaurants.
Yo.
I wonder how that affects the service industry up there. As far as keeping employees and things like that.
Yeah. Because they can bounce around.
They can bounce around real quick.
Yeah.
It's wild. What comes to mind for me are some of the places I've worked with in the past. Now, so on the list, I compiled a list.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it to be 8 or 9 restaurants.
Okay.
And on there, it's mostly going to be, there's some extinct restaurants and some whose prominence isn't as big as it once was.
Yeah.
And let's start out with the first one.
What's your first one?
The first one is Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, it's dead.
Oh, it's got it.
Well, not quite. I believe.
Wait, they're telling me there's one left?
There are about 100 left in locations in Asia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, apparently they like their rotisserie chicken.
Okay.
And it was,
I mean, they do. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Asians do a pretty good job with the rotisserie.
Since when?
I don't know.
That's why they're relying on Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers and I believe a mogul from KFC.
Okay.
Founded the Kenny Rogers Roasters. And when was that? Early 1990s.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In 1991. And I remember looking at Seinfeld. I'm a big Seinfeld fan. And he had an episode with the Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Did he?
Yes.
See, you know all the Seinfeld episodes.
All of them. I'm a huge fan. I could quote Seinfeld. I mean, I own all the episodes.
It's
VHS.
classic.
Seinfeld's
It's classic. Yeah.
It is a classic.
Yeah.
I actually have, there's a book, I think it was, I don't know if it was the first season or all the seasons, that has the script.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A big Seinfeld fan. And in their episode with Kenny Rogers Roasters, for different reasons, the restaurant closed down. So it was pretty
It was
interesting.
destined. No.
1998, they died.
Oh, wow.
In America, anyway. Have you ever been to a Kenny Rogers?
Yeah, I think once.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I've never been.
It wasn't life changing.
Well, thusly the closure. They needed you, bro. They needed you. And I mean, a lot of these that I've seen, they have locations that have either died in the U.S. or dying.
Gotcha.
They have locations in abroad.
Abroad, okay.
Which is very interesting to see the.
Well, sometimes things just take a few more years abroad to either transpire or get rid of.
I know, right? I mean, I heard, from what I understand, KFC is huge in Europe.
I believe it.
Didn't they invent the fried chicken, though?
We talked about that.
Yeah.
In a show.
You think that? I mean, KFC isn't. Well, yeah. I was gonna say it's not bad, but
You know,
you know,
it's not great.
let's move on to number 2. This next one once had 280 locations. Steak and Ale.
Oh, there's still Steak and Ale.
There's still Steak and Ale.
Yeah.
For sure. And it was the founder of Jack in the Box and Chili's.
Really?
Yes.
Steak and Ale.
Yeah.
Is the founder of both?
No. The founder of Jack in the Box and Chili's founded
Steak and Ale. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the other way around.
And by my calculations, I don't believe that there are any restaurants left of Steak and Ale in the U.S. I could be wrong, though.
It doesn't matter.
We'll move on.
It doesn't matter.
I believe Steak and Ale started in 1966.
Yeah.
And up until 2008. May they rest in peace.
They're gone.
They gone.
Goodbye. They gone.
And I remember going to a Steak and Ale.
I do too.
You know, it was affordable,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to be too nostalgic about a dead restaurant because they're dead for a reason.
They're dead for a reason.
Okay, for instance,
It was average at best.
it was average at best, and there are a lot of these died around the same time, in my opinion, when the popularity of different styles of restaurants started to come about.
Yeah.
And if you didn't adapt,
You were gone.
then you were gone.
And I was thinking about Steak and Shake earlier. I got it back in my mind. And
Boom.
Yes.
Boom. Steak and ale. You gotta have the you gotta have the beer in
You gotta
there.
have the beer. Yes.
You gotta have the beer. Now this next one was a true tragedy, and it was a shift in the way that restaurants, the popularities of a different style of restaurants. This one was a full service sit down restaurant, orange roof. I'm talking about Howard Johnson's.
Oh, the Hojos.
The Hojos. Not the hotel,
Yeah.
but the restaurant.
But the restaurant.
At one time was the largest restaurant chain in America.
Really? Now, because they were also connected to their hotels as well, though. A lot of them, right?
A lot. Well, yes, but it wasn't. This was a true restaurant company.
Standalone, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was a restaurant company. So,
And I remember the yellow roof. The orange roof.
yeah, I mean, it was popular, man.
Yeah.
The Hojos was the thing.
It was a solid breakfast spot.
It was a solid overall restaurant, I guess.
But I always remember it for breakfast, just being
Okay.
like, and when you're on the road, like if you were very, very big with truckers, very big, like if you're traveling throughout the country,
Yeah.
You're doing a road trip, let's stop at the Hojos, get something to eat. I remember that, like almost like Bob Big Boys.
True.
Is that on the list?
It's definitely dying.
Okay.
It's got some locations, but it's not.
It's not dead.
It could have been on the list, but I just personally don't have an attachment to it.
Gotcha.
It wasn't my burger spot. I feel like that's more of a West Coast, no?
Bob's Big Boys?
Yeah.
I always remember, just like I said, same idea with the same, on the highway, you'd see
Okay.
the big like statuesque thing. Almost, remember, obviously you've seen Austin Powers and they had the Bob Big Boy. Yeah. You would see that big statue from the highway. You knew, we could pull over here and get a bite.
True. Now, as we go through this list, I want you guys to think about if there's any ones that we missed. Throw us if you're on YouTube, throw us a comment. And follow us on Instagram at The Modern Waiter Podcast.
We even have a number, but I don't remember anymore. But it's still live.
Yes, it is. But we don't really monitor it.
Yeah.
We use it for when we need people to phone in with, for
comments
content
and
and things like that. Yeah. But if you enjoy our show, give us a like, or you could share the show. Do your part, and if you think of someone who might like this episode, share it with them.
Yeah.
There's
Get
a little
nostalgic
arrow
with us.
side, and get nostalgic side, and we want to know about your nostalgia.
Yeah.
What restaurants that you once
What they gave you the
loved
feels.
that gave you the feels
Yeah.
that you wish you could visit right now, but you can't.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The Hojos, born in 1920. That's legit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did it make it to 2000?
I don't have the
exact close
death
date?
rate, but I think it died before the 2000s. Honestly, I think it was dying out in the 90s.
It was definitely dying out in the 90s, but
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it had made it to the 2000s or not.
When-
It probably did in
when-
Orlando.
When there's one in Orlando. You should look it up right now. when styles of restaurants like McDonald's started to come to prominence, it killed Hojos because people were wanting something quicker than having to sit down with the family and things like that. And there were less people traveling through on the roads because they were already in the suburbs. And McDonald's is where they are, or in the city as well, and McDonald's are where they are. They weren't really traveling.
It was easier access, It was
easier access.
Yeah.
Because as people stopped working in certain areas, then it is what it is. Now, the next one I remember having fried ice cream there. We're talking about ChiChis.
ChiChis!
ChiChis, bro.
With the Frosted Flake fried ice cream.
Yes.
Yes.
But I think it was cornflakes, though.
It might have been cornflakes.
Yeah, I think it was cornflakes.
Cornflakes, Frosted Flakes, same.
same, but different.
When you're dealing with that much sugar, it didn't really matter either way, okay?
Who's going to fry ice cream anyway? I never understood that. Why would you look at ice cream and go, you know what I want to do? I want the hot and cold sensation. But yeah, ChiChis was big. It was
real big.
One of the first Mexican casual chain restaurants.
Mexican cantinas.
Yes. Made a hell of a margarita.
Yeah.
I worked at a Bennigan's that was across the street, but a little bit down. And that's where we were on our doubles.
The ChiChis?
Yeah, we went to ChiChis and then went back to work.
Yeah.
Because back then, I mean, now when I work a double and before when I worked at a double and I worked with you, I didn't take any breaks. I didn't really leave.
Yeah.
And I had people that worked with me that would go home or they would leave.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either.
But it's okay. I'm not coming back.
It was okay. Let them leave.
Make some more money.
Make some more money.
I don't get it. I mean, you got to hustle all the way through. There's no two ways about it. It is what it is. It's a long day. You might as well try to make money. But taking a break,
it can almost lose your stride.
You can lose your stride.
Yeah.
And back then I was young too, so I could have a couple beers and go back to work.
And
I can't do that now. No way. And now ChiChis was born in 1975.
Okay.
And it is dead.
It's dead?
Dead.
Dead. When did it die?
Well, it died in the 2000s, I believe. At one time, it had 210 locations.
I believe it. They were popular.
They were popular.
I remember ChiChis.
Yes.
Yeah.
They died because of two things. There was a hepatitis outbreak that apparently people that were eating their food at the time linked it to their restaurant, 2003.
Ooh.
And they couldn't survive that. They couldn't survive bankruptcy. They were getting sued left and right. And they couldn't survive the competition. That's what I wanted to say. They couldn't survive the competition. What's that? Not Chipotle.
Chili's is very much like a ChiChis.
Chili's was coming up.
Yeah.
Fridays and that kind of style of restaurant, fresher decor, and they just couldn't hold on.
Yeah.
But there are a handful in Europe.
Okay.
So it's on life support.
Ah.
But none in the U.S. today.
None in the U.S.
None in the U.S. So no more fried ice cream for you. Not at ChiChis anyway. Let's go to, what do you know about the Ground Round?
Why does that sound so really familiar?
Because it's an old, like by the time you were probably 10.
It was gone.
It was probably, or if not dying. They were aimed at kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
It does sound really familiar.
Yeah. They had they had a clown mascot. You'd go there for kids' parties and things like that. Ground Round, very affordable.
So almost like Chuck E. Cheese, but with burgers?
Yes.
And like a Western theme?
I don't think it had a Western theme, but it was basically where families went to take their kids.
Okay.
And they needed to pivot and try to pivot to grown-ups.
Yeah.
But
it didn't work out.
Yeah, it's hard to rebrand yourself, really.
Yeah. If you're for kids, there's always kids, okay?
There's always kids, yeah.
Yeah, we're always making more of them.
They had, I remember they had the fried clam strips.
Uh-huh.
And they're also on life support. They have about 30 locations left.
Oh, wow.
The Ground Round. And fun fact, they are owned or were owned. They were started by the Howard Johnson.
Oh, the Hojo people.
Yeah, the Hojo people. That's one of their restaurants. Because Hojo was a true like Darden and what's that other one?
Yes, Landry. Yes.
Hojos was a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Hojos was a thing back then. And now speaking of Bennigan's, one near and dear to my heart, also on life support.
That is your starter spot.
That's my starter spot. Gave me my start.
Yeah, that's your starter spot.
By the time I started, 25, 26, 27 years ago, by the time I started, they were losing ground. You know, it's Irish theme, tchotchkes on the wall, dark, you know, the not a lot of light in there.
Shenanigans, baby.
Yes. Yes, Waiting. Filmed in a Bennigan's.
Yes. Classic.
They couldn't survive the competition either. Applebee's were coming up, Chili's, Fridays. When I remember maybe...
And they're not in Orlando. We looked. Remember we were there?
Yes.
We talked about it.
Because one of the things we love to do is we love to travel around and we like to experience restaurants. Now, we want to bring back the nostalgia and visit dying restaurants and see if it gives us the feels or the dying for
see if these are, see if things that make you go,
I remember the Monte Cristo. That was a wild sandwich.
So, and you worked there, and you worked on both sides.
Yes, I started in the kitchen.
Yeah. So, what was your? Because you have intimate Bennigan's knowledge.
Yes.
What was your? Like if you were gonna get something at your job, you were getting off of work, you were taking something home with you, or you're gonna eat on your double at your job. What were you eating?
The steak quesadillas.
Okay.
Yeah, they made really good quesadillas. Their wings weren't bad, but you know.
You were in Buffalo too at the time, I think, right?
Yeah, I was in Buffalo, so you ain't going there for no wings. Yeah. They had a good happy hour. They did drinks well. It was more, I think, a thing of the overall menu plus the decor. It did not adapt one bit. You know, they were still serving the same styles and taste change, as well as people's consciousness about food. Yeah, you know, so. The Monte Cristo wasn't necessarily a favorite sandwich of mine because of how it's made. It's a club sandwich, pressed and deep fried. And then served with powdered sugar. That does not have any
healthy love to it.
No healthy love whatsoever. And that thing's probably still on the menu. And it's delicious though.
Yeah.
But I don't eat deli meats and things like that. So I'd go for the quesadilla was really good. Yeah. But you can get a quesadilla almost anywhere.
Anywhere now.
You know? Yeah. They had things like Reubens. I don't eat Reubens.
I love a good Reuben.
I think we talked about that. How many people go out for a Reuben?
No, and if you do, you're going to like a deli. You're going to somewhere where you're going to a spot that, you know, that is really made for that style of food.
Yeah. So at one point they had 300 locations. And Fridays was their biggest competition, but they were too similar to Fridays.
Yeah.
If you look at the Fridays back then and Bennigan's, they had things on the wall and things like that.
Yeah, all that. You guys had the flare there.
We had the flare as well.
Everybody had
buttons,
the buttons. Yeah, it was very similar.
Very similar. Just
different color scheme almost.
Different color scheme, green versus red and white.
Yep.
However, Fridays started to revamp. They changed their uniforms. They changed over stores. They got rid of all the crap on the wall, and they opened up the bar.
They minimalized. They opened things up.
Yes.
They got with the times what it came with. You know, they had a good partnership with Jack Daniels, and they got rid of that partnership. But they over time they evolved.
They evolved because they were dying too.
Oh yeah.
You know, but if you look at the bar at Bennigan's and you look at the bar at Fridays, they were very similar. Pillars on both sides. The glasses and bar will hang down, so you didn't really you almost couldn't even see across the other side. You barely could.
You had to like go down.
Yes.
And look up.
Now,
see something cute, you'd be like.
Exactly. Now they got rid of the pillars. Everything hangs up. You can see to the other side. Very more open concept. It's like selling a house with an open floor plan that's more contemporary than an old
retro profile.
Yeah, exactly. So they did a good job, and so kudos to Fridays on that.
To surviving.
To surviving, And they're still closing down here and there, but
Oh yeah, I mean they have their ups, but they're still. I mean, there's almost in every city I know of.
yeah, there's still
There's at least one.
They ain't on the list.
Yeah, they're not on the list.
They are not on the list. So Bennigan's has about 23 locations left.
Oh wow.
Ouch.
In the U.S. in general, or
In the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one in somewhere
Winter
in Florida,
Park?
but it's not in Orlando.
oh okay,
Yeah, I think about two hours north.
Winter
And
Haven, Winter something.
Something I forget.
There's
I
a
didn't
few
write it
winters
down.
in Orlando.
There's something that I really want to go just because. It's,
We'll look it up and see how
interesting
far
to
it is.
me. I believe when I did look, it was 2 hours. I know I was wondering if I was going to go 2 hours for a meal, but I could stop off when
Yeah. Well, 2 hours from us. Oh, okay. So it's not that.
Yeah.
So it's not even Orlando. So it's not. It's before.
It's
Orlando.
not, yeah, it's not Orlando. And we have some podcasts to do in the Tampa area. And so when we go up, maybe we'll stop off and do a shift drinks there or something
Perfect.
like that. That'd
I
be
dig it.
fun.
Yeah.
We just have to really figure out the timing because as you all know, we do like to travel and we do like to do podcasts in different locations, meet up with people and things like that. And we have more plans than executed plans because it does require a good amount of resources.
Absolutely.
So, but we are working on
it and working for you to get on it.
Now, the next couple, there's only 2 left. These are actually, I thought they were dead, but they are on life support for sure. What do you know about a Rainforest Cafe?
Actually, oh wow. I haven't seen one in a couple years, but they were still around pre-pandemic.
They are still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-pandemic, there was at least 2 that I knew of in the area.
Yeah, I think they're still there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I remember after the pandemic, I went by one and it goes, because we were in a mall, and there was in a mall usually. We were in a mall. I was like, oh, let's go to Rainforest. And no, I was in Disney.
okay.
And we went to, and when they go, the hours were like they were posted online, and they were totally different when we got there. I was like, okay, so maybe they just didn't bounce back from the pandemic kind of thing.
Oh, so they were closed? Or
Yeah, they closed at like 8 o'clock. Yo, it was so random. Like we were going to eat at normal dinner time.
Okay.
And they were closed already. I thought it was so strange.
That's what you get for going to Rainforest Cafe.
You're right. I mean, but we were just out and about, and it was convenient. It was a convenience thing.
You wanted the feels.
Yeah.
The thing that does not resonate with me is the darkness.
It's very dark.
It's dark.
It's very dark. But you got the
the animatronic. That was very good. Good job by you. That was nice. It that whole, I guess.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
That's like the Bennigans of the animal.
Legit.
Restaurants,
Yeah.
It's like, get that crap off the wall.
When we were in Vegas and we were at the Bellagio, remember that little area? It felt like, but it was lit up, but it felt like Rainforest Cafe.
Which area?
When that one, right outside the the Sadel's, remember it had like that whole.
Oh, yes.
It was like Rainforest.
That was very reminiscent. If it wasn't for that skylight.
If it wasn't for the skylight, I thought that was a Rainforest Cafe right there.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, Rainforest Cafe, the first location was in the Mall of America in
Orlando.
Minnesota.
Oh, in Minnesota? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a Mall of America in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's a brand?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was in the big one in Minnesota.
In Minnesota, yeah.
And there are now 17 locations left in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
So
the 2 that we have are pretty.
Can you imagine? I'm not sure. There was one in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. That was my first. I know that's closed.
Yeah.
That was my first introduction to Rainforest Cafe. Mm-hmm. And it's very similar to the next one, in my opinion. The last on my list is the Planet of the Hollywood.
Oh.
Planet Hollywood.
Planet Hollywood's a dying thing?
Yeah.
Is it gone?
When's the last time? I didn't know. It's on life support.
Okay.
When's the last time you've been to a Planet Hollywood?
The truth is, I consider, because they're very similar to like the Hard Rock, and they're not in a lot of places to me naturally. So I just thought they were still there, because of, the Hard Rock. I don't see them everywhere, but you see them. They're you'll pop into certain spots to see a Hard Rock Cafe.
Okay.
Planet Hollywood has that same feels for me. Like it's the big. Like I think, isn't there one in downtown Disney still, or is that gone?
They used to be.
Okay,
I remember. It might still be there.
I remember that, but I remember we went through that. I couldn't remember if that was still there or not.
Yeah, no, that's on life support for sure.
Okay.
You mentioned a good one, the Hard Rock Cafe. I don't even know if that was that even took off.
No, but they're still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have a Hard Rock here, and there's a Hard Rock Cafe in there. And I mean, I've been to a few that are still alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
But like I said, they weren't never, it was never, you knew what they were, but it wasn't like something that, you would go and, they weren't everywhere. Like I remember seeing one in Times Square.
Okay.
I still remember seeing the one that we have here, but it's in the Hard Rock Hotel. So that makes perfect sense. Why would there not be a Hard Rock Cafe and a Hard Rock Hotel?
True.
I remember seeing one maybe in Orlando, but that was not it. Just like really big tourist where you can kind of sell the rock and roll theme and you're in the heart of like a lot of moving places, kind of like that. So I just never thought they went away. I just assumed they were just there.
I remember going to a Hard Rock Cafe in Niagara Falls.
Oh wow! So that's the end of the list.
Well,
there's one that we didn't talk about, and I want to know if it was alive or not.
It's alive.
Sizzlers?
Yes.
Oh,
that's why I couldn't make the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen one in forever, but to this day, I remember watching White Man Can't Jump, and he's shooting the shot, and Kareem Hardis is on the side. We going to Sizzler. We going to Sizzler.
It had too many locations to be considered extinct or dying.
Okay.
And I was shocked.
I was too.
I thought that thing was dead,
I thought it was dead.
Oh, man. I was like, I can't put that. I thought for sure it would be on there. Looked up the location. It had like either.
I remember seeing them everywhere, and I don't see them at all.
I don't see them. I don't know where these things are at.
Yeah. I don't know where they're at.
It's a good amount.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. Over 100.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to go to a Sizzler.
Before I have to Bennigan's.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if there's one. We'll see if there's one.
They gotta be. With that many locations?
Yeah, we gotta see.
Yeah.
And we'll see if it's actually on the way, and we'll see which is closer, and we'll negotiate from there.
Okay, so I've only been to Sizzler a couple of times.
Me too, but I remember it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I remember.
What about Fuddruckers?
Oh yeah,
I think there's.
I've been to Fuddruckers a few times. So where I grew up in Northern Virginia, and the town called Herndon. So I grew up in Reston. The neighboring town was called Herndon, and there was a big Fuddruckers right there. And as a teenager, I would go to Fuddruckers all the time because you get a good deal on a burger and you do all your fixings and everything. And they were good burgers. Yeah. The bread was good. It was a tasty burger.
Nice.
Yeah.
The bread was good because I think they pride themselves on making their own bread.
They did. They definitely made their own bread. It was, like you said, they kind of had like that open kind of feel. But Fuddruckers was good. I remember, and it had like video games, but that kind of thing was like dying out at the time.
Okay.
Where like the small little arcade stand or like the little Cracker Jack kind of thing where you put the quarter in and you get the thing for the kids. It was kid related, but it also had an adult feel. But it was burgers. It was a solid burger spot. And I remember, we were teenagers and we would go there all the time.
Now, last one. What about your place, Pizzeria Uno?
Man. So now it's not even called Pizzeria Uno anymore.
It's just called
Uno Chicago Bar and Grill.
Uno Chicago Bar and Grill.
And I don't know where there is one.
It's got to be in Chicago. I'm
hoping.
in 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, you are going.
Yeah.
So let us know if this. I mean, that's probably the big staple of the Chicago style pizza around the country. And I remember because when I started working there, it was my first server job. When I started working there, I didn't even know what Chicago style pizza was. I'm from New York, so originally, there was only one kind of pizza to me. Yes. You know what I mean? And then I went there. I was like, what is this? And it was all thick, and I was like, the thick crust. It just was like it was massive.
It was massive. It
was a meal and a slice
because they did a good job with getting people in with drink specials and things like that. I went there. Okay,
we had a great lunch special. I remember lunch was awesome. You could get back in the day it was I want to say $6 or $10 out the door.
Oh,
you know
wow.
what I mean? You can get a personal pan pizza at lunch. It was only for like 3 hours, and then the specials would switch up daily. Like it was different kinds. So like on Monday it'd be like a cheese, Tuesday it'd be a pepperoni, Wednesday would be something else. It wasn't even a pizza, but they had these great lunch specials daily.
Yeah,
and they were just amazing.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I of all the ones on the list, Bennigan's and Pizzeria Uno's are the
our two first restaurants.
Our two first
Gave
restaurants.
us the feels.
Yes, and I wouldn't mind going to a Pizzeria Uno.
Absolutely.
It was a good concept.
Yeah,
I thought.
If you have one in your town, see if they still have that sampler there. That was one of my favorite. It's a fire fruit sampler. It was amazing.
Okay. Yeah. Let us know, because when we travel around, maybe we'll go to Pizzeria Uno.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do a little shift drinks there.
That's
right.
That's right. I did get the most.
We're gonna wrap it up right there. Remember, comment and let us know about a dying restaurant that gives you the feels.
Yeah. Or if your first restaurant's closed down now, or if you don't know if it's closed down, let us know, and we can look into it together.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm Marlon Joseph, the Modern Waiter.
I'm Danny Villain. Subscribe, people.
We'll see you next time.
Later.
Killing them out there. Haters don't like. Killing them out there. Haters don't like. Killing them out there. Haters don't like. The haters don't like. The haters don't like. That boy is killing them out there. Haters don't like.